Hi everyone, Father Aric here. The year of St. Joseph continues along, and so our reflections on who this person of St. Joseph was also continue along. And today I want to focus on Joseph as the husband of Mary. Right? I said in a previous video that the first adjective that we encounter to describe St. Joseph in the scriptures is that he was a just man. Right? He was a just and righteous and God-fearing man. That's the first adjective that we have about him. But the first time that we actually encounter his name, his person, is in relation to Mary. Right? In Matthew chapter 1, as Matthew is describing the genealogy of Jesus, he finally comes to the end of it, and he describes that Jacob was the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary. The first time we encounter anything about St. Joseph himself, he is described as the husband of Mary. And in fact, this is the great solemnity that we have for him in the church. The greatest celebration that we have of St. Joseph, its full title is St. Joseph, Spouse of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This is really getting to the heart of who St. Joseph is. He is the husband of Mary. And yet, as we've heard, the description of St. Joseph and the Blessed Virgin Mary and their marriage relationship, it seems kind of unique. It seems rather different, right? Especially as they enter into this life of marriage. Because as Matthew goes along and he starts to bring us into this story, he says that when Jesus' mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, but before they lived together. Right, and now this is getting into the cultural context of the Jewish people in Jesus' day. Right, the way that a man and a woman would enter into marriage, it would be sort of a 2-year process that begins their marriage. Right, this couple would always be thought of as married, but there would first be a year of what they called betrothal, where the couple is truly thought of as a married couple, but they don't yet live together. Right, they're starting to prepare for that great moment, that great fulfillment when their two lives are joined together and they live in the same house. And this is where Joseph and Mary are at in this beginning of the Gospel of Matthew. Right, they're in this betrothal stage. They're truly understood as married in the culture of their day, but they're at the beginning stages of their marriage. And how does St. Joseph enter into his marriage? How do we see his love for his spouse at the beginning of his marriage? The thing that I think of when I look at the love of St. Joseph for Mary is that it's almost like he sees Mary as the burning bush. All right, we think back to Exodus, and when Moses encounters that burning bush, he hears the voice of the angel of God that says, "Remove the sandals from your feet, for the ground on which you stand is holy." This is how I think of St. Joseph's love for the Blessed Virgin Mary. That when Joseph looks upon Mary, when he approaches her, he thinks he's standing on holy ground. He has this deep, profound respect and awe at the wonder of who she is. And that's what attracts him to Mary. It's the wonder of her person. And then he respects that as he approaches her. He's standing on holy ground. And especially as Mary brings him more into her life, as he gets to see more and more of who this woman is, his heart is filled with a profound humility and reverence for who she is. Right? And as he discovers these different aspects about the depths of her heart, as Mary reveals her heart to him, he gets to love what is most secret in her. What is most profound about who she is? Mary shares this with St. Joseph, and Joseph recognizes that he approaches standing on holy ground. And as he stands upon that holy ground, he just holds that depth and profundity of the heart of Mary with such great humility and such great reverence. And then as Mary brings him further along, as she returns from her visitation to Elizabeth, and Joseph sees that she's pregnant, Mary shares with him that story, that she's been visited by the angel of the Lord, and this is the child of the Most High. And then Joseph, still having this love that stands on holy ground before her, He's brought into that with her with a great poverty of heart. Right? Joseph doesn't know what to do with this most profound secrets, this most profound depth of who Mary is and what God desires for her in her life. And so his love experiences a great poverty, but Mary invites him into that. And then God invites him further into that with that dream and that message from the angel of do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, entering into that fullness of that life together in holy matrimony. Don't be afraid to live this life that has been given to Mary. Don't be afraid to step into what she has invited you into. And even though Joseph probably doesn't know exactly what he should be doing, he steps in with that poverty of heart. And then it's through Mary that Joseph is brought further into the life of God and into the work of God redeeming the world. And if this is how Joseph and Mary started their marriage, if this is how St. Joseph began his married life with this humble, this reverential, and this love of poverty, this poor love in his heart that always approached his bride, his wife, with that attitude of standing on holy ground. We could just imagine that as he was brought into that by Mary and by God, that love just got to explode. And that love just got to grow to an amazing love in the heart of St. Joseph. And I think this is a great encouragement for all of you married couples, right? To see this love and marriage relationship of Mary and Joseph. And so I just encourage you, husbands, to look at the heart of St. Joseph and seek to imitate the heart of St. Joseph as you look upon your wives. And as you approach your wives, recognize that you are standing on holy ground. That your wife has shared what is most secret, what is most profound about her with you. Hold that with such great reverence and such great humility. And then as she calls you further into the depths of who she is and into that depth of love, be not afraid to rise up to that call. Even if you experience a poverty of heart, a poverty in your love for her, right? Be not afraid to be like Joseph, to step into that and see how much your love can grow. And wives, you can even look at the Blessed Virgin Mary and how she interacts with St. Joseph, right? I'd encourage you, allow your husbands to love you with the love that we see in the heart of St. Joseph. Allow your husbands to approach you as if they are standing on holy ground. Let him hold what is most secret, most profound in your heart with that great humility and that great reverence that he can have for you. And then, like Mary, call him deeper. Call that love out of him by providing that way and inviting him into what God is doing in your life to help you to grow that all you're meant to be. So that your husbands can serve that same mission. And your husbands can work together with God to help you to become all you're meant to be. This is a great example that we see in St. Joseph, the husband of the Virgin Mary, and in the Virgin Mary herself. How they provide such a profound love and such a profound example for all married couples and for all of our hearts. So St. Joseph, husband of the Blessed Virgin Mary, pray for us.